Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start with the numericals on electrostatic force. Here we have got two similarly equally charged identical metal spheres A and B, which repel each other with a force of 2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Newton. So we have got here two spheres. This is a sphere A, this is a sphere B. Both are identical. Let me suppose that the charge on A is Q, charge on B is also Q. They are separated by a distance of R from each other. Now the force that exists between them is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Newton. Now a third identical uncharged sphere, this is the first condition. Now according to the second condition, a third identical uncharged sphere is charged to A. Now, as a third identical uncharged sphere is charged to A, we know that the charges can neither be created nor destroyed. Hence, the charge would be equally distributed among A and C in order that the charges are conserved. So, the charge on A would be Q by 2, charge on C would also be Q by 2. Now, after that, it's placed at the midpoint between A and B. As after this, it is placed between the midpoint of, according to the third condition. Now, you have got a sphere A, you have got a sphere C, and you have got a sphere B. Right? Now, the distance between them, it's placed at the midpoint. So, this distance would be R by 2. This distance would also be R by 2. What is the charge on A? Charge on A is Q by 2. Charge on C is Q by 2. And since nothing has happened to the sphere B, so the charge on sphere B would remain as Q. Now, we need to calculate the net force on C. Now, since C is placed at the midpoint between the two spheres, what happens? The force exerted by A on C, as you know that both these spheres are identical, that means they have got, both of them have got positive charges, so the force between A and C would be repulsive. Similarly, repulsive means along which direction? It would be along AC. Similarly, the force exerted by B on C, as again they both are positive, and the force between the two would again be repulsive. It would be along BA. Now, to calculate, let me suppose the initial force, that is the force between A and B, the force is K Q1 Q2 upon R square, that is K Q square by R square, which is equals to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 5 Newton. Right? Now, when I have kept C between A and B, the force exerted by A on C will be equals to K, the charge of A is Q by 2, charge of C is again Q by 2, upon the distance between them is R by 2, the whole square. So, it would be equals to K Q square by 4 into R square by 4, which would be equals to K Q square by R square, the direction of which would be along, what's the direction? It would be along AC. Now, similarly, B would also exert a force on C. Hence, the force exerted by B on C would be equals to K Q1, if I take it as C, it would be Q by 2 into Q upon the distance between them is R by 2, the whole square. So, it would be equals to K Q square upon 2 R square into 4. So, it would be equals to 2K, sorry, direction? The direction would be along BC, as it is a repulsive force. Now, you can see from the solution here that both these forces are in the opposite directions, but the magnitudes are not the same. Hence, to calculate the net electrostatic force on C, as they are in the opposite directions, we need to find the difference of the two forces. Right? So, to calculate the net force between net force on C, what we'll do? So, here the net force on C will be equals to force, since this has got more magnitude, force exerted by B on C minus force exerted by A on C, that is 2k q square by r square minus k q square by r square, which would be equals to k q square by r square, right? Which is equals to, what was the value of k q square by r square? It was 2 into 10 to the power of, I suppose it was 10 to the power of minus 5. So the answer remains the same. Now the second numerical is two identical charges q, each are kept at a distance of r from each other. There are two charges q, that is capital Q. They are separated by a distance of r from each other. A third charge q is placed on the line joining the two charges such that the three charges are in equilibrium. You have placed a third charge q. We don't know where it is placed, but anywhere on the line joining the two charges. What is the magnitude, sign and the position of the charge q? Now, in order that this charge q remains in equilibrium with the two charges, this charge should be negative. Why it should be negative? Because then only the force between these two charges would be attractive, right? That means it would attract towards this direction. The force between these two charges would again be attractive, due to which it would attract towards that side. If these two forces remain equal and opposite, then the charge would remain in equilibrium. Whereas, if it would have been positive, then what happens? This charge would be repelled by this charge, it would be repelling towards this side. Similarly, this would also repel the charge towards the other side, and moreover, the force between these two would also be repulsive, due to which the charges, all the three charges, can never remain in equilibrium. Hence, the sign of this charge should be negative. That is, Q should be negative. That is, Q should be negative. Now, in order to find out the magnitude and the position of the charge, very first I'll find out the magnitude of the charge. For that, the position of the charge, for that, let me suppose that the distance between these two is x. So the distance between small q and the other side would be r minus x. So the force exerted by capital Q on small q should be equal to the force exerted by small q on capital Q. That is F, that is K Q by, what is the distance between the two? It is x square, should be equals to K Q by r minus x the whole square. Now solving this, as the numerators are equal, so we can write that x square should be equals to r minus x the whole square, right? Or I can write that x square should be equals to r minus x should be equals to r minus x. That is taking the root of both the sides. Now, or I can write 2x is equals to r, or x should be equals to r by 2. So where should be the third charge be placed? The third charge should be placed at the midpoint of the two charges, that is capital Q's. That is, it should be placed at the midpoint between the two charges. So we have got the position. Now, in order to find out the magnitude of the charge, right? In order to find out the magnitude of the charge, what we would do? To find out the magnitude. So, for magnitude, we know that the force exerted by these two, that is similar charges, that is force exerted by Q and Q, should remain in equilibrium with the force exerted by small q on capital Q, that is force exerted by Q, this. So, I can write that it is K Q square by R square should be equals to K Q by, what is the distance between the two? It is x square. It is x square. Right? Now, substituting the value, we know that kq square by r square should be equals to kq by, and the value of x was equals to r by 2. So, it would be r by 2 the whole square. So, what do we get? Q is equals Q by R square is equals to Q upon R square by 4. R square gets cancelled. So, what is the magnitude of the small charge? Q would be equals to Q by 4. So, this is the magnitude of the charge.